The key to winter driving is learning the road's limits, your vehicle's limits, and your own limits behind the wheel. There's no better way to get some experience and seat time and learn those limits than at the Team O'Neill Winter Driving School. Anyone who's driven in the snow for a long time can tell you that half of the game is trying to drive really nice and smooth and stay within the limits of grip. And the other half of the game is when it starts to go wrong, do you have the skills to recover that situation? The very first thing you'll do here at the winter driving course, there's a quick classroom session just to make sure everybody's on the same page with some of the terminology, the difference between understeer and oversteer. After that brief classroom session, we move out and you're going to be driving around on our big open skid pad area. The skid pad is a great, safe, open place to get into a few skids and learn how to correct for them. You're in a constant state of turning, so any of your inputs with the throttle and the brake and the steering are going to have a big impact on the car. It's good to feel how much grip you can have and be smooth and avoid skidding, but then it's also good to cut it loose a little bit and feel what your car wants to do when you do get into a skid and what you need to do behind the wheel to correct for that. Once everybody's achieved some good proficiency and kind of a nice comfort zone with that skid pad exercise, we move on and do the slalom, which is basically just driving back and forth in a big open cone course. Your goals for the slalom exercise are really the same as they were for the skid pad. Different amounts of grip in different places, looking where you want to go, driving nice and smoothly with your inputs and staying within your car's limits and your own limits. And then as you're comfortable with it, driving a little quicker and intentionally try braking while you're turning and accelerating while you're turning. What you find with most drivers is when the car gets into a skid, they freeze up. And it's just a fight or flight, kind of a panic instinct. People slam on the brakes and stare at the snowbank. Guess where you end up? Off in the snowbank. Where as you get into a skid in a car, if something starts to get wrong, the first thing you need to know is look where you want to go, your hand-eye coordination. You'll naturally steer there. And we'll talk about certain situations you need to brake or release or accelerate. And we talk about that through all different kinds of vehicles. Whatever your specific vehicle is, you need to know basically how to talk to your car to get it to do what you want it to do. Once everybody's had some good runs on the slalom, we take a break and do lunch. We have a nice group lunch. After that, we move down into the garage and we discuss some of the basic preparation that you can do to a vehicle for the rigors of winter driving. We look at a few different kinds of winter tires versus all-season tires. It's all about your limits, the car's limits, and the road's limits. So if the road is really bad, you and the car need to be as good as you possibly can in order to get through the winter without, too many eventful moments. That's a pretty quick little garage talk. If you've got any questions about different kinds of cars and different things you could do to your own specific car, we're here to talk about that. The next exercise, we go back out onto the slalom course with a bigger, more open slalom, allowing you, if you choose, to carry a little more speed. That bigger, more open slalom, it gives you longer corners and it allows you to really feel your steering inputs and your braking inputs and your throttle inputs, keeping everything nice and smooth to avoid getting into a skid. But certainly if you want to be a little experimental, it's a really nice, open, safe place to try it. Slam on the brakes and turn the wheel, slam on the gas and turn the wheel and see what happens. It's all about programming yourself and your muscle memory to do the right thing in different situations. Once everybody's really comfortable with that, we move on and we do the accident avoidance exercise. And this simulates what'll happen to you eventually if you drive around long enough, where you're driving along minding your own business, you come around the corner and there's something in the road that shouldn't be there. Maybe it's another vehicle or a person or an animal or just a big pothole in the road or something like that. But we discuss straight line braking, losing speed quickly on a slippery road. And then if you're not gonna be able to stop and you're just gonna run into this thing, what you can do as a driver to take corrective action and make sure that your vehicle and its occupants are as safe as they possibly can be in that scenario. It's just a good tool to have in your toolbox if you ever need it, and it's something that should be part of driver's education. We hope that you leave out of here and you're teaching this stuff to your friends and your family and loved ones and that sort of thing. At the end of the day, once we've moved through the avoidance exercise, everybody does a big loop around here at the rally school, just trying some of this stuff out on a nice little flowing piece of what is normally kind of our rally school road facility here. It's an entirely self-paced, zero stress event. You can go as slowly or as quickly as you want to around it. You know, here we are, day like today, it's raining on snow and ice. There's people off the road all over the place. And if you can be one of those folks that always gets where they want to go safely, that's all we're looking to do. So thanks for watching. Take a look at the Team O'Neill Winter Driving School. Whether you're brand new to this stuff or you've got a ton of experience, it's a really good time. It's a perishable skill. You know, if you haven't been sliding around for a year or two, or maybe you got a new vehicle, you've got an all-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive or something with stability control, which you might not be used to, modern cars and the different safety systems, we can walk you through all of that. So we hope you take a look at it. We hope to see you out here sometime at Team O'Neill. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.